Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so the game's over, I guess. We get an epilogue, though. Do Bigby and Snow White end up fucking?
1 day later. Do we get a bigger apartment? What happens to Cullen? Do we ever get to see Toad in his glamour?
Do Snow White's boobs finally escape from that tight overcoat?
Yeah.
Petticoat? They've been trying to get it the whole time.
They're
All those short dress lines. I could hear them
come see the
creak.
truck
Oh, I
up?
like this guy.
We're leaving
Yeah.
for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay.
Everybody's going to the
Great.
farm?
I
We
don't know.
decided our society isn't sustainable
This
here.
fucking line.
Is this the welfare office now?
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Listen, Snow, can we talk? I wanted to...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this.
Business office.
We'll talk later, okay?
It's for business. Bluebeard. God.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Yesterday.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
He's a party pig. Could you imagine a pig that shows up to parties with a six-pack? Goes around to each person just like offering beers. That's his thing.
I'd invite that pig back. He's a real party animal.
Yep.
Yellow brick. Whoa. Uh-oh.
I'm going! Jesus!
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me, for fuck's sake! I don't give a shit! We forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day.
Fuck you, Toad.
Shit!
Don't be so
Just go
dramatic.
grab that, would you? It's just a farm. You don't have to be so dramatic about
Plus,
it.
we gave you money.
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance. But Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Are you glamored
I told
right
her
now?
I had the money, but she didn't want to hear it.
Where's your
Wait,
glamour, you
Sheriff
fuck?
Bigby, I have something.
Quiet, Clementine, wrong game.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Oh, fuck you, Toad, pulling that card.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she was nice. So
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best.
Oh, I'll make her feel shitty.
It's a willow beetle. That's a big one. They're cool, because when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm?
It ain't
I've
bad.
heard ogres live there.
No, that's your dad.
And they eat people in their sleep
That's your dad's
sometimes.
stories.
God,
Your dad's a
I hope
dick.
not.
Plus,
We have to go.
you're a frog,
I
not a
wanna
person.
stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore. Don't worry. You'll be a lot safer there. There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Mundies seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on. It won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves, so you wouldn't know, would you?
We really should go check it
We're
out.
all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ. Hey, Bigby,
Watch out for zombies.
where's your friend, Colin?
Fuck.
Where's the fucking pig?
How should I know?
How should I know?
Colin really should
Saying goodbye?
fucking get his shit together.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Yeah, why?
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy
I'd be a little
to
nervous to
forget.
take it off.
Yeah.
I know it seems
Yeah.
like I should be able to. It's just...
What?
Let me help you.
Bigby, I know you're trying to help. But this is just something I need to do on my own.
I would have like
okay?
combined it with going in for a kiss.
Listen, I came
Would
here
have been pretty
because
slick.
I have to tell you something.
What is it?
The crooked
It's
man
about
never
what
said
happened
that.
to Faith and Lily.
What?
Wouldn't that be crazy if she
Not
was like,
sure
I
where to
lied?
start.
Oh.
Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan.
Oh.
We're gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together.
That's how it started.
The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the crooked man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Narissa, what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the crooked man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
Georgie didn't do mercy. You know that.
He could have been reasoned with. I was counting on that. Georgie
What
promised
made you
he'd
think-
smooth things over with the crooked man. But then
What about you dumb whore did you not get from him? Wow, she ain't having it.
No, she doesn't.
This is one cold fish.
No touching.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the crooked man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
She
But
lied.
it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the crooked man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
So you think that makes it okay to lie?
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because
Hit
of
her.
a stupid technicality.
I hit everybody who
lies.
lies. You're no different.
After Faith.
It's
I tried to
tradition.
warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
Okay, maybe Georgie was right.
You?
Everything
I
he
walked
said
her
about
over
you.
Here, and I left her, just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them, could at least save the rest of us.
You were trying to get my attention. So you started all this.
I just
Maybe it was
pointed you in the
clever
right direction. People like us get forgotten
when she
all the
because she
time.
couldn't talk at that
Yeah.
The
time.
man
So
was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry, Narissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
Snow doesn't really need me.
I'm sure that's not true. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You protected your friends, no matter the cost. And you brought justice to this town, finally. Because you
All
brought
it
the
took
crooked
was
man
a head.
in, everyone
Punchy
saw
justice.
who he really
Yeah.
was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing.
Yeah, but
You've
you're a
been
liar.
given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the crooked man, it was you.
I have nothing to say to that. Thanks.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown
That car
wouldn't be
was
the
funny.
same without you.
I didn't see it. Shit.
It just stopped really quick and then drove
Oh.
really quick.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
No, and the big bad wolf!
Narissa, wait! Thanks.
I need to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore
Oh
one
my god.
too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr.
She's-
Swinehart ever get back to you about
Kevin
Said you wanted to
Spacey!
Run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'll see you around, Wolf.
What is all that supposed to mean?
Yeah, huh?
The Kaiser Sose moment went over my head.
Me too. Happily ever after.
Is he supposed to be... Was she actually Bloody Mary? Was she running the whole thing, orchestrating it all, making everybody like her puppet? They're saying Narissa is Faith? It was Donkey Suit the whole time? Oh, that see around Wolf was Donkey Girl's quote, not Bloody Mary's quote.
Okay.
Faith pretending to be Narissa.
Big thread on Reddit about the ending. The general consensus is that she is Faith.
Maybe.
They're insinuating it.
They're hinting at
Some
it.
people are saying she's Mary. Yeah, what did happen to Crane? And I thought that we would get to see who runs the whole thing.
The what? The bad things or the things in
Crane?
town?
The government.
Well, Crane was like the governor. He like was kind of the president. I
Oh yeah,
guess.
Crane is in Paris. Old King Cole. I thought we were gonna get to see Old King Cole this episode.
King Cole is like in the town.
King Cole is like the head of the government. Crane was sitting in for him. Remember?
Hmm. What'd you do to Georgie? Oh, I thought that way less people would have left him to die. Looks like a lot of people kind of agree that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a pretty bad guy.
It just feels like everybody has such a very limited memory when it comes to asshole characters in Telltale series.
Yeah,
They're like,
according to the comments in our...
when you have a chance to give them mercy and I don't give
Videos.
mercy, people are like, oh man, you're just a fucking asshole. I'm surprised. I was expecting like you and 2% of people left him to die because you're an asshole. As big a dickhead as the Germans. That was really fucked up, Germany. What you did to Brazil, children were crying. That's
crying their tears into a cup to drink it later.
like I'm not the jerk here. Germany is a bunch of dickheads for what they did to Brazil. Like at least America has some fucking class. When they come up here during the Olympics, they make sure to lose to us during the final game.
We're talking about World
If you're
Cup
watching this,
soccer.
if you're watching this years later, the World Cup just happened and Brazil just got spanked. Riots ensuing.
There's a
in
Tumblr about
3,
sad Brazilian
2.
pictures.
That's awesome because Becky and I were laughing our asses off at the crowd.
Oh my god.
It was just too funny. All right, anyways, topical, but yeah, we're dating ourselves. If you're watching this
Yeah,
years later, you're
definitely.
going to be like, oh my god, when was this fucking game? The World Cup's happening right now,
Yeah.
and Paraguay is winning. It's time to decide who's the greatest nation on earth, Mexico or Portugal. Did you give the crooked man a trial? You and 70% brought him back alive. So you could kill him right there.
Oh, I didn't think you actually could kill him.
You probably try and then something happens to make him come back. Because
You need that last scene.
how did you punish the crooked man? You and 31% of them. Wow. Did
Shit,
everybody else rip off his head?
No, they probably put him in the
Oh, they
fucking
probably
jail.
tried to put him in fucking jail.
Drain on society's resources.
Oh my God, Becky, you're very conservative.
Well, for him, in this society,
Becky, who's to make exceptions for one or the other? You're not the judge, jury. You're not Judge Dredd.
judge, jury, and executioner.
You're not Judge Dredd. It's much easier to say Judge
I
Dredd.
know.
To say Judge, Jury, and Executioner is so many syllables. Just say
Yeah.
Judge Dredd.
Okay.
We should, from this day forward, change the saying to "You're not Judge Dredd." Who made you Judge Dredd?
That's good.
Or even better, who made you Colin Farrell? Did you accept TJ's
I
gift?
wanted you to say, like,
Fuck off, kid.
Yeah, I'm not taking it.
I wonder what the scene's like if you do. That'd be horrible.
I know.
That'd be
the
really
poor
bad.
Little guy.
It's Clementine.
Yeah.
What were your last words to Narissa? You and 33% stayed silent. Yeah, I had nothing to say to that whole thing
Yeah,
she was saying. It's like
I was like, B?
I'm very much
But-
with the strong, silent, noir type Bigby.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who just goes,
Yeah.
you know? And then all his talking's done in his head.
Yeah.
Guess you could say she was there from the beginning or something. No, that's that's not noir.
Should we go back to the things that were unlocked?
Yeah, sure.
Fine.
Special stats. You you beat him while he was down. Okay, so I think the stats are broken here because you should be seeing what other people did.
Yeah.
You promised her you wouldn't tell. Yeah, all the stats are broken here. You slapped him. You helped him avoid the farm. You beat him up during interrogation. Is that what's happening here, guys? These are the results of your actions? He doesn't show others here? What's the...
Oh, weird.
How are they stats, then? That's not stats. That's outcomes. That's...
They're just the decisions you made through it.
Yeah, these aren't stats. Anyways, you took him back to the witching well. You tossed him down the witching well.
I only got 5 people here.
You killed him.
Whoa.
You gave her money after the fight with the woodsman. You made him suffer before he died. You left him to die. You smashed up his place. This is Bigby's collection of cards at home. He makes notes.
You burned her tree.
You burned your tree. You ripped his arm off at the Trip Trap bar. You drank with Gren after Lily's funeral. You tried to take her ribbon off at Bigby's office. You tried to take her ribbon during... I want to see what happens. So, would she have been not wanting me to take the ribbon off because she's Faith? But Faith isn't the girl with the ribbon. So that doesn't make sense. It could have been a clue that she didn't want you to take the ribbon because she's Faith, but that's not Faith's thing.
Oh, yeah,
Faith's
right.
thing isn't the ribbon. Yeah, for a split second I thought that
Yeah.
was indication. You brought her along with you to the Trip Trap. You chose to wait for him.
We chose
Tiny
to
Tim,
wait for him?
when he was saying, please,
Oh,
it's my job,
yeah,
it's my only job.
That's true. But didn't you also hit him? Because you didn't trust him? Or you
No, I
did
didn't hit him.
something?
I was very worried about, if he was hiding his true
Yeah.
intentions, Tiny Tim is the odd man out that makes you think that in some ways the crooked man's whole methods weren't the worst in the world, especially since bitch like Narissa was fucking lying.
He tried to shake hands with you and you slapped him. You slapped his
Because-
hand
yeah.
away. Okay.
Because
yeah,
at that
yeah.
point I was like, what the fuck is
I
this
don't
little
know,
girl doing out at night among all these aliens?
Okay. I
What
get it.
made you think you should shoot that bone, you pick. I was like, remember that scene? All these aliens around, you don't shoot that bone, why'd you do that?
No.
She hasn't seen the movie. God damn it, guys. It's fucking Men in Black. Nobody knows the scene in Men in Black.
Dude, I don't remember the movie we watched
Well,
like
let's
last
clear
week.
this up then, because I refer to that scene a lot. Whenever I say the girl in the middle of the aliens at night, it's when it's a kind of a pivotal scene where he's being vetted for the next Men in Black position, and all these he's going through the training, and he shoots the little girl. They have like cardboard cutouts
yeah,
coming up
yeah.
of bad aliens. He shoots the little girl. They're like, can you explain to us why you thought that you should shoot the little girl? And he says that she's the one who looks out of place, that there's something up with her, with all this shit going around, and she's just walking like there's no big deal.
All right.
Like she hasn't even got a scared expression on her face. And that's what makes Tommy Lee Jones think
Yeah.
that like this guy's something special. He's the one that can replace me.
I remember that now that you just explained it to me.
I constantly refer to that scene. I took that scene to heart. I was like, that's good logic. And I
Aw.
always went with that.
It is pretty smart.
You stood up for him when Snow wanted him to send him to farm. You gave him money.
Yeah, man, we gave you so many opportunities.
Yeah, Toad is a fucking... Toad is the prime example of why, so... I guess the game, in this game, the Crooked Man is kind of like... He's kind of like a Stalin-like character. He's a communist type. He's saying he can make... Everybody has a place. Everybody can be put to work in their own way. And I'll run everything, and you'll all get your pittance as long as you don't step out of line. That's what... He's like Stalin.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I'm applying political allegory to this, but, I mean, Animal Farm, it kind of, feels
Yeah.
right? Animal Farm?
I
It's
get
all
it,
the
because
animals.
there's animals on the
Yeah.
TV screen.
And then Toad is like, what character in Animal Farm? He's the one who loves to live in a society like that, because he's the one who he's always going to be the squeaky wheel. He's always going to want the handout and like everything to be taken care of for him, and he's always going to complain
Yeah.
no matter who's running shit. Yeah, Stalin was awful, and the Crooked Man was awful. Although we're not sure how awful he was,
Yeah.
because we still don't have straight info on it. Because Narissa admits she
Well-
lied. So how much is true?
If you think about the conversation we had with Beauty and Beast in their house, like, people were fucking scared of him.
Mm-hmm. So, it must be true that he tells stories about what he'd do to people and that he, kept them all in line with fear. And that's not a
Yeah.
good thing. Whoa.
Well, that almost looks like it says blow.
All right.
If you take the F out and rearrange the letters.
It was a good game.
Yeah, it was. I'm pumped to... Can I read the graphic novels now? Because I was reading it, and then after the first episode, people were like, oh, it's going to give stuff away, so don't keep reading, so I stopped. But I really want to get back to them.
I
What do you
think
guys think?
I think this was a good series in Telltale's arsenal.
Okay.
Telltale is here to stay, that's pretty sure. They've got a Game of Thrones series coming. They've got a Borderlands series coming. Walking Dead's going to continue.
That's
This is
true.
going to continue as we've seen. Before long, they're going to be their own HBO with 7 shows running at once that everybody just kind of has to play because
People will be
you have to be able to talk about it, right?
Yeah. Or you'll hear
Um,
about it in passing and be like, fuck, I didn't know that.
My only worry is it feels as though they don't have enough competition. Because it does seem like they're kind of as much as I love Telltale and I love their storytelling, I have problems with it sometimes. They are rough around the edges.
They
Their
really
games
are,
need
yeah.
some fucking optimization. It's such a simple, relative to its like other games, like they don't have a lot to accomplish with their engine, but their engine is so beleaguered and old, it seems, that it's just being held together with fucking gum and Tic Tacs, or thumbtacks.
Tic Tacs could work too.
It feels like their engine
holding
just
it
needs,
together terribly.
they just need a straight up new engine, like
Yeah.
altogether, because
Yeah.
the way that it loads up and caches scenes in order to transition from one to the next, that's sticking.
Yeah,
And it gets worse with
so
hard
much
drive
stuttering.
speed is horrible.
Yeah. So
Um,
they said that the graphic novels are getting a movie or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna read them.
Are we gonna have what's his name? What's his name? Wolverine gonna play Bigby?
No. That'd be so good.
That'd be, yeah, but he doesn't want every role of his to be a
yeah.
wolf. Wolverine's basically a wolf. Hugh Jackman.
Extras.
He would make a really good Bigby though.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
All right, so book fables.
Jennifer Lawrence for Snow.
Nah. Nah.
So what's new? Oh, these bottom 5 it looks like.
Yeah, how do we know it's new?
Bottom left, they have the banner. And if you go,
Ooh. Mary's loyalty, part of the job. Bloody Mary began working for Crooked Man many centuries ago. He promised her freedom as to do what she pleased as long as she agreed to act as his personal bodyguard and hitman. Because of the Crooked Man's power and influence, Mary never had to worry about getting caught by the authorities.
What?
She enjoys her job immensely and would defend the Crooked Man to the death, mostly because she finds it fun. I just don't understand the Crooked Man's power. He's got, like, power of connections and influence, but how does he maintain those in a world where a guy like Bigby can just say, fuck your influence and power, I'm gonna beat the shit out of everybody? This is the world of fables. If you're a weak man like the Crooked Man, and he clearly was weak, how does he keep everybody in line? Besides having Mary on his side. So what, did you just get lucky to have Mary on his side because she thinks it's fun? Why would she? And it says about how the Crooked Man's power and influence keeps her from getting caught from the authorities. But
Does
she
he have
is a
money?
big part of his power and influence. So I don't get it, how money works with fables.
I don't know, money in his silver tongue.
Bigby's true form is that of a giant
That was
8-foot-tall
fucking cool.
wolf. 8 feet? That looked more like 20 feet.
Yeah.
Unless Mary is 3
She
feet
might
high.
be 3 feet tall.
She was bigger than 8. He was bigger than 8 feet in that scene. In addition to his iconic huff and puff power, he has also inherited other abilities from his father. The North Wind, for example, Bigby is able to hold his breath for an abnormally long amount of time and make it impossible for him to drown.
Oh.
Wow.
Huff and a puff and a blow your house in.
So what song is this?
It's 3 Little Pigs. I don't know who it's by. Do you guys know it? It's such a good fucking song.
Like it's a kid's thing?
Oh no, it came out in like the 90s. It's kind of like punk.
Oh, okay.
I'll show it to you after the show. It's really good.
And then it goes into Smoke on the Water?
Kind of.
Anyways, I think Bigby's the best Pokemon, especially in his
true form.
his final evolution.
Yeah, me too.
The Pudding and Pie, Vivian and Georgie met during the exodus from the homelands, and they helped each other survive the long journey to the mundane world. Upon their arrival, however, they found it hard to make a decent living. With what little money they had, they opened the Puddin' and Pie. Operating a strip club may not have been the most desirable occupation, but they figured it was better to be in charge of a place like this than be forced to be in desperation to work.
Green
at
Jelly!
one.
That's who it is.
There you go.
Thank you.
Vivian's story. Vivian was the very first to bear the curse of the purple ribbon. Removing the ribbon would result in death, and any attempt to talk about it was thwarted by a spell upon it. As time went on, she tried to live a normal life. Eventually, she married a nice man, but was constantly wondering about the ribbon around her neck. Despite her pleas for him to leave it alone, one night while she was sleeping, he attempted to remove it. As he pulled the edge of the string, she awoke and saw her husband was doing. She panicked and pulled away, preventing the ribbon's knot from being undone. Fuck. Furious, she tried to express the severity of his actions, but her husband was unable to understand. She realized
It will take my head off. Oh yeah, she can't
that
say it though.
she couldn't trust him and decided to leave. She lived alone for the rest of her days in the homelands, preferring the safety of isolation to the risk of another betrayal. And then she decided that safer than a safe man would be a misogynistic asshole who she could truly trust.
Yeah.
With its idyllic location, the managed community of the farm would be a welcome alternative to eking out existence in Fabletown. But those who have lived there see it differently. They see it for what it is, a prison, a place where you're free to be blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we got what the farm is.
And we read this last year.
Yeah. So anything else new?
Upper right?
He's old. Oh. Fabletown justice. When a criminal is captured in Fabletown, the traditional procedure is to hold a formal hearing in front of the community. Or, the most immediate people Bigby's interacted with.
Yeah.
And concerned parties. However, the exception are often made to expedite the process. In reality, there aren't any hard and fast rules for these types of situations, and the extent in which the policies are upheld can depend on who's being charged.
Oh my god, can I please type out all the rules and discuss them with you, and then we could create a whole business, and I can create an org chart for it
Yeah.
in the business office.
The thing is, with fables, if fable history, based on, fables, has anything to say, shit happens the way it happens.
Yeah.
Democracy be damned. If a big bad wolf decides to rip your head off, it's gonna happen.
It's
You can't
true.
fucking complain about it. It's Fabletown.
There's one other thing
Get
that
it?
we didn't read. Yeah. Like it's Fabletown.
You get that reference, but you don't get Men in Black.
Men in Black, dude. That was so many years ago.
Becky's viewing criteria is reserved 100% to the Criterion collection.
Yeah, totally. Go over.
What?
Over. That picture of snow is new.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Crane out of the picture, Mayor Cole has officially appointed Snow White as the Director of Operations and Deputy Mayor in his absence. Many would say this promotion is a long time coming, since she was instrumental in the establishment of Fabletown and personally ensured that many fables made it to the New World safely. She's also been doing the work of the Deputy Mayor unofficially for years. After fleeing the homelands, Bigby Wolf spent many years wandering through Europe. With a fable colony quickly developing in the New World, Snow White and Feathertop tracked down the wolf and offered him passage to Fabletown. He agreed, and Snow cut him with a lycanthropy-stained knife to give him the power to change into human form at will. That's pretty crazy. Bigby became sheriff of Fabletown under King Cole's administration, but because of this violent past, many fables didn't trust him, and he was banned from
Oh, he's not allowed on the farm. Banned from ever
setting
saying
foot
something.
on the farm. To this day, he struggles to redeem himself in the eyes of the community. What, just because he has a violent past? He's a wolf, man.
Yeah.
What do you expect? But now he's human. So, the old world was destroyed how and why again?
Oh.
Or is that something that you learn by reading the comics, slowly?
You learn it by reading the comics. You learn it pretty quickly. It's in the first couple
Well, who did
chapters.
Whose fault? It
It
was a battle?
I don't remember. Now.
War? I'm gonna assume King Cole was on one side of the war and maybe the Empire, and they enslaved the world, not destroyed it. Oh, so King Cole lost the war, and so they this was
Oh, the Exodus. Yeah, that's what it's called.
war, and enslavement. Who won? Who was in charge of the empire? What fable ran the empire? Are you supposed to know? Or is it something that's like, is it a spoiler to know who was in charge of the empire? I just want to know who the prime antagonist was if it's not a spoiler. I'm gonna guess Zeus. No. I don't think Greek fables made it in here. Jesus. Did Christian fables make it in?
Oh boy. They say the Emperor in the first comic.
Toad. Alright.
Yeah, right. Huh.
It's fun. It's a cool universe.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I want to read the comics. Like I kind of like being, as much as I kind of want to read, regular comics, like, DC and Marvel, sometimes I feel like reading like, the highest rated ones, like the classics, yep. Frank Miller's Batman, I did read. I also like not knowing stuff going into comic book movies.
Yeah.
Because where comic book people go in, I go into everything with a chip on my shoulder, and I don't want comic book movies to be one of those things. Because comic book people go into comic book movies with this analytical eye of like, are they gonna do justice to this? Just like anybody who's read a book first. I like going in and the movie being my first experience, You go in not reading it, and I'll go in having read them. And then do it. You really want to read the Fable comics.
I do really want to read them. Oh, I started reading it and I liked it quite a bit. I'm into this universe. I think it's really neat combining fables in a world like this.
Cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been Video Games Awesome Live. The Wolf Among Us is awesome. Next one expected. Who knows when they're going to do this again?
I don't know.
How long was between
I don't even know if they've confirmed season 2.
The Walking Dead? Oh, they will. But like, how long is between Walking Dead seasons? Like 8 months?
I think something like that.
Probably a while. But anyways, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.